Hello guys, how you guys doing? This is Anders Okeda from FX Where Changes. If you're new to my channel, just please subscribe. Just click the subscribe button and like the video if you think the concept was dope. On the previous videos, we've done analysis of Euro USD. Ne? We've done Euro USD and we made a lot of money and everybody was happy and all those other setup. Ne? So I just saw another very dope setup of the AUD yen, the Austrian dollar against the Japanese yen. Eh? It's a very dope setup for people who love just making money and not being part of the whole drama of forex, psychological and all those stuff. We just want to do a swing trade and make a lot of money. So this setup is actually for you, and for those who still want to learn and understand the concept, you can just learn stuff, how I actually view the market, how I make decision, so please just click the subscribe button if you're still new. I'm just gonna give you time for you to just click the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button so we can hit 6k 6,000 subscribers. Okay, so anyway, before we go any further, so this is what a lot of traders don't know. I've saw a lot of like YouTube and stuff, people, people, people actually talking about um talking about banks, bank strategies and all those stuff. So I don't want to get too much into those details and stuff. So I just wanted to like explain how do banks, not just banks, people who put a lot of money in their trading, what do they actually look at when they're trading. So basically there's no certain strategy that is just based for bank traders. There is no certain strategy. Banks trade with a lot of things. If you can just go and make your own research, you'll realize that there are a lot of stuff that they use which retail traders don't use. They use robots, they use robots, they use indicators. There are a lot of stuff that we as retail traders don't have uh uh the material that they use, but it's not important. But for you as a retail trader to actually make decision with the banks, you actually have to look at the hard time frame, because most definitely banks are not looking at 1 minute or 15 minutes. They're always looking for long term. They always like trading long term because that's where the money is and that's where it's more safe there. So I hope that makes sense. So whenever I make a decision based on my analysis, I always like to look at the hard time frame and just mix my all price action that I know individually and try to actually come up with something solid before I make a decision on smaller time frame, because you can't just make an analysis on a monthly time frame and enter a stop loss on the monthly time frame, because you're gonna lose a lot of money because of your capital. Né? Yeah. So so just do that. Just look at the hard time frame. Sorry about that. There was a bit of a noise. So just look at that, the hard time frame, and make a decision. So I'm just gonna be looking at this. I'm just wanna delete this and stuff. USD AUD, AUD, and so if you can look at the monthly time frame, this is the AUD. The monthly time frame. This is the overall setup, So this is just a very simple analysis, If you could just look at what we trade as forex rate traders and everybody in the group, what we look at, So if you can look here, you just have a simple shoulder here. You have a simple shoulder, and you have a head, and it didn't break this level. So if you could just go here, here, from here to here, and then it decided to break this point, So we had a break off level here, So for those who do smart money and stuff, we're gonna be loud saying structure break, So that is where the structure decided to break. So here at this point we have a nice left shoulder, Let me just click it at this point. A nice left shoulder. So if you could just put it like this. You see, nice left shoulder. So here, this zone, we have a nice Quasimodo and a nice left shoulder in this zone. So just highlights it this side. If I could just highlight now. So this is what happens. So it's just a simple concept. I haven't done much already. You can just have a clue what is happening on the AUD here. So that's what happens. So if you can see here, it's just a simple Quasimodo. So let me just write Quasimodo. Yeah. Okay, man. Remember, guys, the characteristics of Quasimodo, it has to hit your TP1 and your TP2. So your take profit here, first take profit, and then your second take profit, né? Second take profits. Okay. So if you had a trade here, you would have had a stop loss above here, né? But it would have been crazy, man, because this is the monthly, man. The stop loss would have been crazy. But okay, just going further and just looking some few details what happened. So if I could just, let me see, click here. Okay, you see, so it didn't have a fake out, so it was just a simple Quasimodo, né? So let me just delete here at this point. So it was a simple Quasimodo. It's decided to drop, né? Okay, so we have one first point at this time at this setup. It was that, okay, on an overall scale, we know we're going down, eh? So there's no point of like looking at the structure. Like I saw a lot of people talking about the structure on the hard time frame. You can just analyze the hard time frame and actually come up with a decision, eh? Without just looking at breaking it low and all those stuff. Actually understanding the structure, you can just analyze and actually come up with a decision, eh? So you can see here at this point we have a nice Quasimodo. So I'm expecting, if it was just a normal setup, it would have been sell, and I'm expecting it to drop here. Okay, so we have a sell on the monthly time frame, so we agree on that one, eh? Agree on that point, we have a sell. So we have here, we're going on the weekly time frame. You see, weekly time frame. So let me delete here so we can have a clear view on the weekly. Let me just okay, I'm just gonna delete this yellow zone there. Okay, so we have a sell on the monthly. So let's see on the weekly, what do we have? Okay, so this is what we have on the weekly time frame. Now, if you can check this point, now, this simple pattern, now, you have a nice head and shoulder here. First point of a sell, now. Okay, we have the left shoulder, right shoulder, and then this zone, né? This zone. Have another shoulder here. So it's a nice head and shoulder pattern at this point. Have a nice head and shoulder pattern at this point. Remember, a head and shoulder pattern has to be 1, 2, 3. So we have a nice head and shoulder pattern. So a head and shoulder pattern is just a reversal pattern, eh? So if you can take a characteristic of a head and shoulder pattern, you just have to put it here and just at this neckline, eh? This is the neck. This neck, né? So this is the neck. So it has breaking the neck and it's retesting the neck. So you could just at this close, huh? Let me highlight here. Yeah, there it is. So let me just go. I want to show you something. My laptop is a bit slow. Okay. My notes. Let me just search up right there. There it is. So let me show you a head and shoulder. just know what it is. I don't know why this laptop is a bit slow, so let me just open it. Okay, so there you have it. This is a nice head and shoulder. So so forgive me for my PC. I don't know why it's slow. What? Okay, so let me just try and open it with something else. Open with. Let me just open. So please just subscribe. Meantime, subscribe. I just want to show you something. Okay, there it is. So this is a nice head and shoulder. Characteristic of a head and shoulder. This is annoying. The devil is working hard, ne? There it is. So there it is. So let me just go back to the charts. Go back to the charts. Go back to the charts. Okay. Okay. So there it is on the charts. I don't know. Like, I don't know what happened to 8cap, ne? It's just decided to close. So let me just. So there it is. You see, it's a nice head and shoulder at this point. So if you're gonna look at it, same thing. You see, you see the same characteristics at this point. Is the same characteristic at this point. So you have a left shoulder. There's your left shoulder here, and then you have your head, and then you have your right shoulder, né? So it decided to, if you can see here, the summary of the head and shoulder pattern decided to break the neck, né? So at this point it's broken the neck. So it's doing the exact same thing. So it's doing this now. You see, retest, né? It's retesting the neck and then decided to go down. So right now you can see here it's already showing a bullish candle, showing it's retesting the neck. So it's retesting the neck, it's gonna go down, né? So let me just put recap 8cap. I don't know why it decided to disappear. Maybe I've pressed the button. Okay, so it decided to retest the neck, né? So we have another point. Remember, we've spoken about the first point on the monthly time frame, which we have a nice head and shoulder setup. A nice Quasimodo setup that has already tested the level and reacted. So overall on the monthly time frame, you want to sell, né? You want a nice sell. So on the weekly, you have this nice head and shoulder, and this point is retesting this zone, né? Retesting this neckline. So that's another point. That's another point we have. So you see, it's already on the neckline. Not just on the neckline. Remember, we spoken previously on our previous video, talking about FTR, né? FTR. So you can check here. We have a lot of spikes. It's not just a normal head and shoulder, but it has some sort of like an FTR. Because look at the spikes here, spike, showing that this point, at this zone, the price usually rejects, né? You see the spikes here at this zone. So if you just put a nice horizontal line, this is a nice horizontal line. Let me just change the color so you can see this. Okay, let's go for brown and make it thicker. Yeah, a nice one. So we have a nice horizontal line at this point. See, this is where the price usually rejects. You see rejection, a head and shoulder, né? So if you could just go on your left hand side just to see the previous rejection, showing that this level is very important, né? You see, there you have it. You see, rejection. Look at the spikes, né? Look at the spikes. Look at the spike. The spike. Né? You have another spike at this point. You have another spike at this point. So it rejects at this point, this zone. So this entire zone has rejected. So if you go previously, you see this price is very important. Yeah? Knowing that it's retesting the leg zone, so you know that it's gonna go for a sell. Yeah? So if you could just if you are like a normal retail trader, obviously at this zone you're gonna be looking something like this. Okay, you're looking for a sell at this point. Yeah, you're looking for a sell, and then remember the take profits of the head and shoulder. You just calculate the hedge. So you take this point to this point, né? Take this point to this point, and then you have your take profit. So you just have to put it like this. This here to here is your take profit. So you just put it like this, take this point, and just there's your take profit. So already you're at your entry point, so your take profits should be something like this. So I have this one. This is a live account, guys. Né? I know it's written demo, but it's a live account. It's a prop firm. So if you can check here, to say I'm not bluffing, you see this is a live account. It's a prop firm though, but they write it demos on prop firms. Okay, never mind about that. So I've already took this trade. Nah, I've took this trade, and there's my stop loss, and then there's my take profit. You see, my take profits is gonna chow me a lot of money. So there is like $3,875. So already I know my take profits by having this neck, né? This neck. So it's already have told me where to put my take profits. So now I'm gonna look for an entry point, né? So an entry point won't be easy, né? But I'm gonna look an entry point using the same theory of QUASIMODO and supply and demand, and have a nice entry point with a tight stop with a huge take profit. So already have 1 point. Okay, we have the first point on the monthly time frame. On the week monthly time frame, QML, we have that one. So that one, we're taking that one. We're taking that box for sale. And we have another one. Yeah, this one was very clear for a nice sale, because this is a very important zone. So you can look for entry at the daily time frame, or the 4 hour. You don't have to go lower than that, né? So if you can go here on the 4 hour, okay, this is the daily time frame. So the daily time frame is just telling you what the weekly is telling you. So it have more of entry points, a nice entry point here. You have a nice base candle. Let me just delete this horizontal line. Eh? You have a nice base candle here. So I don't like this base. We have another base, this point. There's another base. This one looks nice, né? This one above the other one. So just highlight this base and this point, né? So you have your first stop loss just above here. This one looks very nice. So this one is most definitely the safest stop loss you have, né? So if you could just go for a sell and just put your stop loss above this zone, né? Because it's just when it's gonna test the next zone on the base candle. So this is a nice horizontal line of an FTR, né? So okay, let me just pause and go to the 4 hour, né? So on a daily time frame, it's just telling me what the weekly is telling, né? So you see, it's a nice head and shoulder. You're looking at it, very nice, né? So it's testing the neck. Let me just remind you. So there's the neck. See, the same thing here. Head and shoulder, break the zone, retest. It retests at the same time. You see, head and shoulder and head is just broken, and now it's retesting, so it's gonna have to drop. So let me just go to the 4 hour, né? 4 hour. Let me just delete this one, and okay, let me just zoom it a bit. So at 4 hour, we have a nice compression, né? So I wouldn't put so much, how do you put it, like I wouldn't focus so much on the 4 hour, because there's so much of the hard time frame has actually confirmed that the setup is about to go down. So the stop loss here, the stop loss on your 4 hour is not gonna be really accurate, because you're just gonna be focusing on the 4 hours. So if you're gonna put your stop loss on the daily time frame, it's gonna be more reliable. I hope that makes sense, nah? So you see this one, this stop loss, this horizontal line, or the stop loss of the daily. But if you can look here, zoom a bit, we already had the price compressing here. So it's already wants to drop, nah? It's compressing at this zone, nah? And then if you could just go on the, you see it's compressing. I'm on the 1 hour. You see the price has been compressing already. And then at this zone, you see you have a nice Quasimodo at this zone. So you have a shoulder and a head, nah? And the head. So where's the break? So here's the break, nah? It decided to break at this point. So you just have to highlight this zone. Nah? Highlight this zone. So already you have to be in for a sell at this point, nah? Because it's already giving you so much of information. Or already it's giving you so much. So if you're gonna go for this one, for this sell, or obviously your take profit would be on this low, nah? On this lowest low. But the nicest take profit, if you don't want drama, if you're just gonna give yourself time, this is gonna be your nice take profit, nah? This, by calculating this head of the head and shoulder, nah? So if you could just see, this is my trade, nah? I've already entered. You see, I've already entered and I've already placed my take profit. So look at how smart I am. The stop loss is like $222, nah? And then the take profits is like 3,800. So you can tell how much of risk reward I'm gonna get, man. The risk reward is almost like 1:20 risk reward. So it's a very good risk reward, and it's a very dope setup. You can just hold this setup for, I don't know how long it will take, but probably the market does what it wants to do. So it could take a bit quicker, it could take a bit shorter. So I don't know, and I don't care. I just know that it's gonna come at this point. So I hope you enjoyed the video. You can just subscribe, like and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook. I've said my Facebook handle on the other YouTube, and just follow me, man. And don't forget to join our group. If you are not from South Africa, it's just $10 per month. We do use Skrill and other payments method. So yeah, man, I hope you find this video very interesting. So please, just if you're still online right now, just click the subscribe button and click the like, and then bye for now. Thank you.